Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today TV. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand the closing action on the D Street, starting from the benchmark index moves to sectoral action and all the stocks that are buzzing the most in trade as well. We'll get you expert views to find out where exactly are opportunities emerging for you as equity investors. But first up, a quick check on the benchmark indices. Remember, we've been subdued through the market session, but it's the last half an hour of trade, 1 hour of trade, where you're seeing some pullback from the lowest point of the day. The Nifty is back above the 19,300 odd mark. It's just about 50 odd points lower now. Even the Sensex is now trading at 64,966, albeit still below the 65,000 mark. It's down about 0.3% right now, substantially recovered from the day's low. And there's one factor that has helped the markets recover, and that is Reliance Industries, with the news flow that Jio Financial Services will make its debut on Monday. We will discuss all about it, but let's also check the broader markets and the other sectoral indices to find out how are they trading in the market session right now. So the mid and the small cap 100 indices as of now, the mid cap is down by 0.1%, so it's also recovered from the day's low. The small cap 100 index still down about 0.5%, so this is a weaker link. When we talk about the Nifty Bank, for example, that one index is still down about flattish to a negative bias right now on the Nifty Bank. Financial services, private banks, PSU banks, all three of them are still down in the red. Barring the gains that are being seen actually PSU banks have actually recovered. So almost 0.5% of gains coming in on that one. So barring PSU bank, the FMCG and the metal index, rest of the sectors are still down in trade. Let's look at the top gainers on the Nifty to find out where exactly is the buying action really coming in as we near the close of the session. So you have Adani Group shares that continue to move higher. 3.8% move on Adani Enterprises, the top gainer. Adani Ports follows. Eicher Motors also among the top 5 gainers, about 1.5% up in trade. From the auto basket, you also have Maruti Suzuki, that's almost 1%, but it's Reliance Industries that is really contributing 25.59 and 0.8% of a move on the upside to the market overall move. Nestle also up in trade right now. You're also seeing HUL Britannia from the FMCG basket that's also pulling up. But let's look at the losers then. It's the IT majors. IT index is down by 1.5%, and that is a big drag or a laggard in the sector in the markets today. TCS is down in trade. You also have Coal India, Hero Moto from Energy and Auto Basket that are trending down. You also have Hindalco, Tech Mahindra, Infosys, all of them pretty much down in trade. But let's welcome our guest on the show. Chetan Panchamia joins in. He's a mentor at elonmarkets.com. Welcome, Chintan, and thank you so much for taking the time out for this discussion. First up, your view on the markets overall. We've been seeing a lot of volatility, a lot of range-bound trade thus far. But what is the outlook that you have? We also don't have very conducive global market setup to give us any kind of positive triggers right now. Your own sense?
Yeah, thank you, Sakshi, for inviting me. Sakshi, we were just doing some research, and this is the 4th consecutive week where we have fallen negative closing. 4 continuous weeks. Sakshi, when was this the last time? It was in 2020 March. And that time, Nifty had fallen from 12,000 to 7,500. And currently, you have just fallen from 20,000 to 19,250 odd levels. And if you see the rally from the middle of March, 16,800, you've had a non-stop rally to 20,000. So it's a very natural thing that you will have some corrections, and these are time-based corrections, and we might consolidate further before going for the next up move. So regarding global markets, we've done a research, and in that last 1 month, Nifty has fallen the least compared to the global peers. So we are in very safe terrain compared to other global indices. But correction, you might see some capitulation here in the next week, around 19,000, 19,100, before market forms a short-term bottom here.
Okay, fair enough, understood. So what's the strategy that you're recommending investors to take at this point in time in these downturn periods or in these periodic corrections?
Absolutely. So every dip in this particular market needs to be bought. So 19,000, 19,100, you can see a very big time correction. But selective stocks will keep doing well, where there is an interest all around. So at all levels, you're going to see buying and time-based corrections.
Okay, understood that. Let's also focus now on several pockets, several stocks that are getting in focus in today's trading action. Let's talk about Adani Group, for example. 2 days in a row, we've been seeing a recovery in place. Most of the Adani Group companies are actually trading positive, some of them as the top Nifty 50 gainers, despite the overall muted trend in the market. What exactly is supporting the market, the Adani Group stocks as of now? Even the market cap of the cumulative Adani Group stocks has now reached a 6-month high. So clear recovery is in place right now. How would you really view this?
Right. So if you see here, Adani Group has been able to bring in big investors into their home. Abu Dhabi TAQA, there is a news they're going to invest about $2.5 billion in the power units. And today the Adani Power's energy solution is up close to 12%. So when you are getting these investors into the family, into the shareholding pattern, it increases the confidence of the general group. But having said that, I would say the biggest trigger is going to be this.
We're seeing some of the stocks really rally up to 6-7%. Adani Power, for example, is one of the top gainers of the Adani Group stocks today. Even in the F&O basket, we have Adani Enterprises that's leading with Adani Ports and even Ambuja Cements following as well. As per you, which are the stocks that are best placed right now that investors should be focused on? We've seen a recovery, sharp recovery on many of them from the lows that were hit after the Hindenburg research report in January and February until now. But still, many are still away from about 40% odd from their 52-week high levels. As of now, which are the stocks that you believe one can now start looking at them, investing in them with more and more clarity emerging, more global investors really putting their faith in the group stocks as well?
So the idea is Adani Enterprise would be the biggest gainer in the whole pack. So even if as an investor I would want to put my money, I would put money in Adani Enterprise. So I know that Adani Enterprise will add value, and any companies where investment is coming in, Adani Enterprise being a holding company will gain here. So Adani Enterprise is my pick if I want to get into Adani Group. See, there is a psychology with regards to corporate issues and governance. So a lot of people and investors, because of this corporate governance issue, might not pick up Adani Group. If I were to pick up, it would be Adani Enterprise.
Okay. Let's also shift focus to the RIL group as well. And, Reliance Industries is one clear stock that has led to the recovery in the markets in this last 40 minutes odd. We've seen a sudden sharp recovery, and the news flow that has aided the sentiment is that Jio Financial Services is likely to get listed on the stock exchanges on August 21st. That's the coming Monday. And of course, the price discovery had happened over a month ago of 261 rupees odd for Jio Financial Services. Now, what will happen is the stock will get listed just like how an IPO gets listed at around 9:45, starts to trade at 10 odd levels, 10 a.m. or so. But at the end of the third trading session, the stock will also be removed. This is just to test the kind of market liquidity is, people's investment interest and everything. And of course, once that period also sees no circuits being touched, then of course one can expect the stock to get listed in the next cycle. That is what is likely to happen. But I want to understand from you, Chetan, that, first of all, your views on Jio Financial Services, and then what opportunities will it now present to all the investors community at large going forward. All of those Reliance investors have already got their share of buy one get one free offer that they were offering on Jio Financial Services. But for the new investors who have not had a chance to either hold Reliance Industries or get this share of Jio Financial Services, what will this entry mean?
Okay, so there's expected to be some positive sentiment as you go down on trading sessions. But please understand, Geo financial model is right now not in place. say their business operations, they're just going to start. So it's going to take some time. So after the initial euphoria, which you're going to see the listing, the prices will get stabilized. And you have to see going forward from there, how are they operating, because they're tied up with BlackRock. They're going to come in various sectors and they're going to bring in a lot of people. That's what the market talk is. There's going to be a lot of financial disruption which is going to take place where they are entering. So we got to wait and watch, and then we got to take a call. So after the initial euphoria, it'll settle down, and once it settles down, you got to wait and watch. So I
Okay.
wouldn't take a call very earlier on if you are not an existing shareholder.
Okay. Also, a little bit further to understand, what would Geo Financial Services entry in the larger NBFC space really mean? We already have giants who've been ruling the markets. Many have been big wealth creators for investors. Case in point, the Bajaj twins, Bajaj Finserv and Bajaj Finance as well. What will the entry of Geo Financial Services really do? Is that likely to do a lot of disruption here? What will that disruption really result in?
So the whole idea you really got to understand is, if they are able to just finance their Reliance retail part, that's going to get them substantially higher revenue. So that's what the funda has come from, that what they realize is their Reliance retail division, if they're able to just finance this from Reliance Geo. And what I'm hearing is that every Reliance retail customer and Reliance customer is going to get a Geo card. So Geo financial card where you can spend money. So that is where what the disruption is going to happen. So there's a lot of potential. I fully agree with it. And the disruption is going to be many folds. But let us see in this war who succeeds.
Okay, that is definitely something that we will have to wait and watch for things to unfold. But many thanks, Chetan, for being with us on the show and discussing with us the market insights for all our viewers. Good to have you with us on BTTV. Let's get back to the markets and see where are the markets headed. 186 points down. For the Sensex at 64,971. The Nifty is, hovering around 19,308. So it's inching back above the 19,300 mark, looking for a close above this crucial mark. So that could give some side of a breather to all the bulls right there who'd been constantly looking at crucial supports being broken over the last many sessions as well. But we'll continue to watch out for more, market trends for you, all the business news that is important for you to track that can have an impact on your own equity investments as well. So do stay tuned with us onto Business Today TV. What you should also do is get ready for our special series that's Market Masters, where market gurus reveal their investment strategies for a winning portfolio. So join us this coming Monday, that's 21st of August, with Nilesha, who's the Managing Director of Kotak Mahindra Asset Management Company, to get his market insights and in-depth market analysis. You can also send us your queries on this number, that is 730-308-0488, and questions will be taken live on this one.
The government is reportedly considering a 1 lakh crore rupee plan to contain the surge in inflation seen in July. According to agency reports, the allocation will be made from the budgets of various ministries without burdening the exchequer. The report added that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will take a decision in coming weeks. Among the steps being considered is lowering